you were, I suppose, in terms of boxing, some of the most famous names that you come across was from sparring.
Yeah.
So you were hired as a sparring partner for Chris Eubank. What was that like?
That was an amazing job, to be honest. But I'll tell you, it was hard, really, really hard. Yeah. And I think being a sparring partner is worse than fighting them because I had to do it every day.
Yeah.
And Chris Eubank used to try and knock all his sparring partners out. And there was lots getting sent home. There was champions coming down to Brighton getting sent home. But with me, he couldn't do it to me. And because I'm known for my toughness.
Yeah.
And I'd get him as much as he'd give me. And I'd done over 200 rounds with him.
Which I suppose is why he kept on.
Yeah,
you were a good investment.
Why he kept on employing me. And he also thanked me alive as well after one of his fights. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen that clip.
I haven't seen that now.
I'll show it you after.
Yeah.
But I gained a lot from it. It was a great experience as well. And then Barry Hearn from Matchroom, Eddie Hearn's dad, he came to the gym to watch me spar because Chris had told him I was his best sparring partner he'd ever had. Yeah. And he said, I'll take his place as a world champion when Chris retires. Yeah. And I did sign with Hearn and I had a good contract all in place. But obviously it didn't get to plan because of my lifestyle that I led.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that fascinated me. I'm a massive Eddie Hearn fanboy. Yeah. He's like, as a small business owner, I really look up to him. And obviously his dad laid the path out.
Barry's the one, ain't he?
Yeah.
Barry was like, he got like a silver spoon in his mouth, like his silver tongue, and he was great. And he said to me, I'll make you world champion, Andy. I'll make you a multi-millionaire. And I believed him and he would have done it. Yeah. But I died to my end of the deal.
So do you think that was your fault then? That was down to you?
Yeah, it was his fault. It was my fault. Because of my lifestyle.
Because he come to you, didn't he? And he says, Chris is coming to the end of his career. Yeah. It's your chance to step up now and you can be the world champion. We'll take you around. Because he took Eubank on a world tour, didn't he? I
was his main sparring partner for most of them fights.
Yeah, and that was your... Yeah. And that... How old were you at this point?
About 25.
So you've still got the best of your career to come, haven't you? And then potentially... You're looking at thinking, that's going to be me, headlining all of these arenas around the world. And the millions of pounds that can come with it. And you look at Eubank's massive personality. What's that pressure like?
Well, it did give me pressure. It gave me added confidence and a bit of arrogance. And I thought I'd made it before I'd actually made it. I was young and, and I thought, I've done it now. I've made it. I've got them here.
Yeah.
But I hadn't really done it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It made me a bit too cocksure of myself. Yeah. But obviously, my addictions and everything else got the better of me instead of reaching my potential, which I never did. But that's life.
Did you spar with Nigel Benn?
Yeah, I sparred with Nigel Benn before Eubank.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I sparred with Nigel Benn when I was 22, 1992, when he was boxing in Italy for his world title.
Yeah.
And that's when Jimmy Tibbs said to me that God would use me one day. Yeah. And I just laughed at him and never thought nothing about it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it turned out to be true.
Yeah.
And then I sparred with Chris. I went toe-to-toe with 11 world champions altogether.
Really?
Yeah, all together.
And is the one that stands out as being...
The best. There was all... The top three, Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank and Joe Calzaghe. Yeah. The others, they don't bother me at all. Yeah. Some of them, I ain't going to... But they don't bother me at all. Really? I held me on more. I held back a couple of times to make it easier for me. You know what I mean? But the top three, Chris Eubank, Joe Calzaghe and Nigel Benn. And I found Joe Calzaghe the most awkward, probably because of his stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you think, obviously, I know those three are exceptional, but you could have, if the others didn't trouble you, you could have gone on and won a world title, couldn't you? Honestly,
the others they don't bother me at all.
Yeah.
And sometimes I had the better of them. You know what I mean? I knocked one of them out.
Really?
Yeah.
So, do you think you performed better in sparring than you did on fight night?
Yeah, I did, because I never had to... See, what I did, because I never lived right, I always had to lose weight before a fight, so I never got in the ring at my full strength. But while I was being a sparring partner, I was walking around, I had to make a weight. Yeah. So I was strong. Yeah. So I was better in sparring than what I was, because I didn't live right, and I had to make the weight for a fight. I dragged the weight down. Like when I boxed for the British middleweight title against Neville Brown, I run 5 miles in the morning before I fought him. Yeah. And that was because the weigh-in was on the same day. You know what I mean? So I had to fight him the night after. Now they changed that rule to the weigh-in the day before. Yeah. If that rule had been in effect when I fought him, I reckon I'd have won it. Yeah. Without a doubt, the result would have been different anyway. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It must be frustrating though, because you're cleaning these people out in sparring. You've got world class experience of sparring, and yet on the big night there was just something that, whether it was luck or not, that it just wasn't translating. Because you've got that opportunity.
The build up to the fights, they do, you know, we can be making the weight because they do it right.
Yeah.
And obviously having to train before fights to make the weight was taking my strength away from me. When I was a sparring partner, I was strong all the time.
Yeah.
That's why I could hold me on with all the best. Yeah, I was strong.
So out of do you rate Nigel Benn top out of those? So Eubank, Benn, Calzaghe.
I'd say Calzaghe, to be honest.
Would you?
Yeah. Benn and Eubank are on par with each other.
Yeah.
Nigel's a bit harder puncher than Eubank, but he's not a stronger man.
Yeah.
Chris is a stronger guy. His bodily strength and his punch resistance is a lot better. Yeah. But Nigel's a one punch hitter. More. You
had a really interesting story in the book how later on you did an exhibition bout with Nigel Benn, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And he got wind that you were, well, he didn't get wind because someone told him you were going to knock him out or going to try and knock him out, that wasn't true, was it?
No, it wasn't true, no.
So then he's full of anger going, this bloke's going to try and embarrass me on an exhibition where there is no knockouts. So he tried to clean you out, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, he really did. I went to the middle of the ring with him and he said, I've heard everything you've said about me, and looked at me in the face and banged my gloves. You know what I mean? And it was a good time for me because I was still drinking and drugging it, and I was going through a divorce, and it was probably one of the worst times for me.
Was late. This was after you retired, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I still went through with the fight, and then I came with the exhibition. And Spencer Brown, who arranged it from Gold Star, he told me to pull out because I'd got a cold as well.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't pull out. I said, no, why are you pulling out? I said, no chance. And then when Nigel Benn come out blasting, instead of everything, he tried to knock me out. But, me being a true professional that I am, I just carried it through and just kept sticking my jab in his face. Yeah. He ended up on the floor himself because he threw a punch himself that wild.
Yeah.
And he'll have to read the book to find out.
Yeah, that must have felt good though, hadn't he?
Yeah, because I just walked by, I just sit him on the floor and I looked. But all I was thinking about, I just want this over because I was drinking and drugging it up to it as well. Do you know what I mean? And then, I wore in the right frame of mind to be in the boxing ring.
Yeah.
With somebody like him especially.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I'm glad I did it, you know what I mean? And nobody ever put me down like that, you know what I mean? Nobody could knock me out. I was one of them guys, you couldn't be knocked out.